Okay, hello everyone. This is a quick video on some key points on sound, especially on pitch and loudness. I know exam coming closer, so this will come in handy when it comes to the exam, right? So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So today we are going to speak about the words related to the difference between frequency and loudness, and I'll tell you some experiments that would help you to understand the difference between different frequencies or differences in frequencies and the vibrating columns. Okay, the first one. When it comes to frequency and or else pitch, we use the word pitch. Pitch is equal to frequency. So whether you say frequency or pitch, it's going to be the same. And loudness. So we usually use the word loudness, but apart from that, call it volume, and also we call it like the amplitude of sound. So amplitude of sound affects the loudness. So therefore, we can, in our level, we can think, okay, they are the same, right? And then what are the words that we use to denote or to describe pitch and frequency? So when it comes to pitch or frequency, we use the words high and low. In your Cambridge and Edexcel exam, if you see the word, especially in Cambridge and term test, if you see the word high and low, that means you are referring to pitch. There's nothing called high volume, high sound, which is for loudness. No, if you say high and low, that is for frequency. So always when you want to describe frequency, when you want to describe pitch, or else if you see something called high and low, that is related to pitch or frequency. And then when it comes to loudness, we usually say louder sound or softer sound. If the sound is lower, we say softer sound. I know that we use high and low in our day-to-day life, but when it comes to these term tests, Cambridge and Edexcel, use these terms specifically only for these concepts, right? And louder sound, softer sound. Okay, if the sound is loud, it's louder sound, and if the sound is small, low, quarter, it's going to be called as softer sound, right? Then, how do you make a louder sound? How do you make a louder sound? So now we know the terms. Now next we are going to see how are we going to make a sound high frequency or high pitch and loud. Okay, so when it comes to pitch or frequency, we always make the vibrating column or the vibrating length smaller. For higher frequency or higher pitch, right? Always remember these two words are exactly similar. So what do we need to do? We need to make the vibrating column or the vibrating length smaller. Vibrating column or the vibrating length smaller or shorter. If you are speaking exactly, that's shorter, right? Okay, let's take this. Oh no, sorry. Right, let's make it a bit. Okay. Okay. Right, let's erase that. I'm sorry. Okay, so higher frequency or higher pitch or frequency, we need to have a shorter or a smaller vibrating length or vibrating column. So shorter the vibrating column, shorter the vibrating length, smaller the vibrating column, smaller the vibrating length, frequency is higher. Now, the vibrating column can be a drum scale, it can be an air column, it can be a water column, or it can be even a string. Whatever the vibrating column is, First of all, you need to identify which is vibrating in the instrument. And then how do you increase the frequency? Mainly, you have to make it shorter. But if it comes to a drum skin, you can't make the drum skin smaller. So what you have to do is you have to make the drum skin tighter. This applies for strings as well sometimes. If you cannot make it smaller, then you have to make it tighter. So remember, either you make the vibrating column smaller or you make the vibrating column or the length tighter, right? If it is a drum skin or a string, right? And then let's go to some experiments, especially the bottle experiment. So you know that you will have several bottles filled with water. Oh, I'm not good, not a good artist, so that's not good. Right, let's draw a nice bottle. Right, this is a bottle. If you don't see this as a bottle, please identify this as a bottle. I should go to an art class definitely to learn how to draw a bottle. Okay, so this is a bottle. Now let's imagine that this bottle is half filled with water. Okay, so this is going to be water. Let me color that in blue color. Okay, this is water, and the one above is air. So what happens is, if you want to vibrate the water column, you have to tap it. Okay, oh, that's tapping. Right? You have to tap the water column. If you want to vibrate the water, if you tap this bottle, water column will vibrate. If you blow over the bottle, air column will vibrate. Remember that. Blowing vibrates the air column. Tapping vibrates the water column. Blowing vibrates the air column. Tapping vibrates the water column. So when you tap and when you tap, you will get the highest frequency from the shortest water column. Remember that. If you tap the bottle, you will get the highest frequency from the shortest water column. If you blow, you will get the highest frequency from the smallest air column. Smallest air column means more water. So always if you blow, you get the higher frequency from the smallest air column, which is the bottle with more water. Okay. So if you can't understand, please replay this video again and try to get those two concepts. Right. So that's about frequency. Let's go to loudness. Loudness is easy. So if you want to make something louder, what you have to do, if you have to make a louder sound, hit it harder or hit it more force. So loudness doesn't give us more trouble, right? So for a louder sound, simply what you need to do is you have to hit harder, or hit with more force, right? So if you want to get a louder sound out of your friend, you have to hit him or her harder, but don't do that. You'll get a louder sound on the next hit from him or her as well, right? So these are the concepts that I needed to explain to you quickly in this very short video, because I know most of you confused with the you're confused with the pitch, frequency, loudness in the sound concepts. So I don't want that to be persistent. Look at this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Right? Okay. Wish you all the best for your exam.